Hello everybody, welcome back. Got another project here. It's not mine. I already have a van and an RV. Helping somebody out. Little project kind of jumped in at the last minute, kind of late in the year here. I'm gonna be hitting the road pretty soon, but this little van here, it's a little rough around the edges. It's been in Pennsylvania, exposed to road salt and such, so it's got some some rust issues, but there's not many of them still around this part of the country. This is a 1998. That's a lot of winters. That's a lot of salt it has seen. It does have some rust, but nothing too bad, I don't think. Somebody had a dream. They want to turn this. They have a vision for this. They want to turn it into a camo looking thing, a camo paint job, and some other goodies. But I only done a few things to it. Yeah, it's already had a door replaced. It's pretty rough. Some rust down along the bottom there. It's had a back door replaced. I don't know what happened there because this one here is nice and solid. And the other door replaced, and it's got some rust on the rocker panel down there. But it's the type that has these windows, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Oh boy, it has a nice dent up here. I don't know what they backed into, something or something. Just pretend that's not there. Looks a little bit better from a distance. But we just done a few things too. I'm helping out, kind of get it a little bit camping ready. It did come with the seats. The seats were, oh look, there's already an air mattress in it. Okay, I got some basics going on here. It did come with the seats already removed back here and in carpeting, so that was nice. And yeah, it's been around a while. These side panels would need steam cleaned or something. They're pretty filthy. But yeah, it's a 1998, so somebody used it for a work van for a while, so this stuff got all pretty dingy and dirty. But I think steam cleaning would probably clean it up a little bit. Surprisingly, we pulled these panels back a little bit. I didn't know how much insulation was behind these, but these are actually insulated pretty well. And what we did here, well, I gotta fix this curtain a little bit. Okay, just some generic goings on here. The above these windows and below, they have these wooden. Oh, I completely unhooked it. I'll deal with that after a bit. So it has these wooden things as far as attaching stuff to, below and above the window. And what I did was just something quick to get started. Was I got these 1x3 furring strips and I screwed them into that wooden piece up above, and something to put some hooks on. And they're not curtain rods, they're just nylon string, but it's something. Don't have a curtain for that window yet or the door, but I do have a divider up there. That one's pulled back. Got the like a shower curtain rod across there, and that pulls up for some privacy. And same back here. I got the two panel there and a panel there. Same thing. I put a 1x3 furring strip into those two pieces of wood that are above the windows. So little storage container here. A water jug, a little table up there. So it's a start. Okay, it's a start. And this oh, in the back here too. So this curtain comes across and blacks out the back for some privacy and keep light out. So I don't know what's going to go on over here yet. Don't know. So I don't know. I just kind of lend a hand with getting, I guess it's getting curtains in it. I guess spit it out. It did have a couple issues that needed front brake pads. They were really thin. We put new front brake pads on it, and it needed a tune-up. It was running a little bit rough when you first started it up, and then it would clear up once it warmed up. So we put new cap and rotor plugs and wires on it, and it smoothed right out. So it's running better now too. So this is another little side project I got involved in for a bit, but I think I'm ready to call it done as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of a cool little van, huh? I think some of that rust, it's gonna have to be good for probably running it through the winter, maybe in the spring. That's I think a plan is maybe in the springtime, addressing some of the body work that it's gonna need. So yeah, but I think I'm done with this for we might do one little upgrade here next week. We'll see. I might update on that if that happens. So we'll see. Meanwhile, that jumped in line. I still have the coachman stuff to do. I got some goodies for it. Got something in the box there. Got the antifreeze thing I need to do, and I got, what did I get? I did buy those gauges. Did I show these or not? I think I talked about them in the last video, that I was gonna put gauges in it. I did buy a set, so that's gonna be the next move, I think. These were on sale, a huge sale. Actually, they were on clearance at Advanced Auto Parts. I don't even shop at Advanced. It's very rare. I usually go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's. And I don't know, I just happened to pull an Advanced. And these were marked down from $49.99, get this, to $13.99. So I'm glad I had just dumb luck. I just happened to stop there. So I grabbed these, and they're Bosch brand. So otherwise, if I would have went and got the ones I wanted, or the ones I were originally looking at, they were $54.99 at AutoZone. I was going to pull in and buy them, and I almost kind of accidentally, actually I accidentally pulled into AutoZone, had a little bit of a brain fart. I'm like, I pulled in there, and I thought, well, while I'm here, I'll go in and look and see what they have, and to my surprise, they had these. And dumb luck, I saved a little chunk of change on that. What else did I buy? Because the automatic choke never worked on the Coachman since I've owned it. It's a little tedious. When you first start it up, you gotta kind of feather the gas pedal and keep it running a little bit just for the first minute or so till it starts warming up a little bit before it'll idle. So I'm not gonna fix the automatic choke in that old beast. I got an automatic choke kit, a manual choke kit. Just like back in the day, you had to pull the little knob out, and you start it up, and as it warmed up, then you push it in to turn it off. All kind of old equipment. Really old cars had these, but a lot of tractors and a lot of lawn equipment still has a choke, a manual choke. So they're still common today, just not usually in passenger vehicles. What else we got going on? So maybe I'll get started on some of this over on the coach, but I got to pull the engine cover off and dive into that. All right, let's jump ahead a little bit. I want to go ahead and start something here, or I already have started something here. The first part of putting the gauges in the Coachman, and I want to do some work in here before I take this engine cover off completely. So I've got my trusty helper here, Bella. You didn't make it in the last video, girl. What do you think about that? Some people missed you. Hey, some people missed you, girl. So I haven't taken the engine cover off because there's actually a fair amount of work I want to do in this compartment. I want to go ahead and get some of it out of the way. The gauges, everything that goes up here on the inside, I could go ahead and get that done first. So what I did here was I'm going to add that manual choke, which I'd said, down to the carburetor, and then besides the gauges. And I've changed the location where I was actually going to put the gauges. I should move this light over here so it's doing a better job. Let me put this over this way. Huh? So Bella's like, what? I'm gonna have to maybe ask you to move for a little bit. Would you mind moving for a little bit? Miss Brown Eyes? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. I'm gonna ask you to move, okay? Hang on, let me get out of the way. All right, come on. Thank you. All right, so what I've done here was this. Some of you already seen the disaster that is this part of the dashboard. The way I bought it, that's not the original heater controls that belongs in here. I don't know how the other went bad, but somebody replaced it with it works, it just doesn't fit like it should. So that's going to be just the way it is. And then there wasn't a radio in here either. And I'm never going to put a radio in it. And here's some extra switches for the defrost. This is a defroster fan, radio. Don't know why that's, and interior lights. So the only thing that works is the fan. Let me see. Yeah, those are those fans up there. One up there, and there's one up in that corner too. That one you gotta bump it, tap it a couple of times, it'll come on. Okay, all right, let me turn this back off. So what happened here was the gauges. Maybe I should show you the gauges now that I got them out of the package. Now let's do this choke thing here. I'm gonna get this out of. I just tucked it up in here out of the way. This is gonna go. I mounted it over here, and all this is you pull the choke on. And you start it up and start it, kind of maybe push it in a little bit. There's a sweet spot there, let it warm up a little bit. And as it kind of gets warmed up, you push it the whole way back in to turn the choke off. So many of you are familiar with that. I'm sure some of you are not. But yeah, I'm not going to try to fix the automatic choke on this old Quadrajet. Just not going to do it. So that cable goes down and drill a hole in there. It goes in, and I'll have to figure out where I'm going to make that enter the engine compartment later. But for now, this end of it is installed, and I can just put this end of it out of the way until I'm ready to do that. This end's done. As far as the gauges go, I went ahead and installed the lights for the gauges. Wait, there was a light back there. Where is it? I have it over here. Let me get it. There was a for when there was a radio in here, or the heater control, there was a light back there, and I cut it off. It was kind of annoying at times. It's just tucked down here in the hole, and if you're driving at night, your dashboard lights are on, but here's this light back in here glowing. Didn't really serve any purpose anymore, so I cut that off. I knew that was a good 12 volts that worked with the when you turn the headlight, the other dash lights on. So that's what I want to work my gauges. We'll test that here in a second. And then so I soldered the connections, and then I used that liquid electrical tape. I'll show that to you real quick. It comes in a can or in a little jar. Let me get that. Okay, here's this liquid electrical tape. It's just liquid rubber, and has a little brush in the cap. Take the cap off. You just brush a little bit on there. So instead of heat shrink, you can use that too. So anyway, that's all done, and I can tuck these back in here, and one will go. I'm going to put these gauges up here where the radio used to go, because I run out of. I need some place where I can kind of glance at them when I'm driving, and here's my backup camera, and but I'm kind of out of space here. I couldn't put them underneath the dash where somebody might typically put them, because then it blocks my backup camera, and then I didn't want to put them over here further, because then it's like I got to reach up and under the gauges to get to my ignition keys, and then but I figured that'd be a good place to put the choke over there. This down here just didn't work out, so I thought, I just wonder if this bezel would fit. So actually, and what I did was, this part was actually bent over 90 degrees, so it was designed to mount under a dash, but I bent it, I straightened it out, and coincidentally, I already took these two screws out that hold this piece in. And I've already tried it. I can get this all on the back side of it, and that'll all be hidden. So, and them gauges will be there, and maybe I should figure out how to mount it on the outside. Nah, let's go back in. We'll have another look at it whenever I get a little further along here. But these the gauges Oops, the lights. Hang on a minute. Where's that other one? There it is. Let me try to tuck these in here a little bit better, a little more neatly. Don't get them all tangled up here. So, where? Wait, what? Did I have one disappear again? All right, I'll quit fumbling with them. I just wanted to show you this, I guess. Let's turn this off. Okay, let's turn the lights on. We'll test them. We'll test them. Look at that. All right, and these lights are all on. They won't be that bright once they're in the gauge, but you can see these lights are all on. Wait, we'll dim it, turn them up. All right, so yeah, they won't be that bright. Let me grab one of the gauges. I'll show you that. Where are they at here? I have my kit over here, or my pieces over here. This is the oil pressure gauge in the line, and then this is the amp gauge, which I might not even hook it up right away. This is the water temperature fittings. That gauge is over here. Okay, that's the water temperature one. And see, these things need fed just like the choke cable. I'll have to drill a hole. I'll have to figure out a good spot to where I can put some holes for the choke cable, for the water temperature line, and for the oil line. Kind of back up in there, get them into the engine compartment. But let's see. Let me grab this, the oil temperature, or oil pressure, I'm sorry, and put this in one of these. Let me see here. Let me stick this one in. Yeah. So, everybody see, they're not all bright. It's kind of similar to, you know, what these might be. So I have those three all in there, nice and. Oops, what happened? Oops, what happened? I better check my stuff. What did I just do? I think I blew a fuse. Did I do something bad? Did I not put enough liquid tape on here? Maybe I should put wire nuts on those. Maybe this isn't the best place to use this stuff. I don't know. If I turn my switch back off, I think I actually heard the little, you can sometimes, if it's quiet, you can hear what a fuse blows. All right, sometimes. Anyway, what I'll do is I'm gonna keep this video a little bit on the shorter side. I'm gonna work on this stuff for a while and see if I can get this end of it tidied up and finished. And then the next video we'll start. I'll just kind of summarize what happened here, but we'll get this engine cover off here, get the other things hooked up in place. So pretty sure I'll do that in the next video. We'll see. That's anyway. I gotta replace that. I gotta tape stuff. I gotta fix this and replace that fuse. All right, that's all for this video. I'll see you next time.